Welcome back to Jedi Enclave. I am Daniel.
I am Chris.
And oh my god, I haven't done the show in a week, and we haven't had a Battlefront stream in the last 4 days because I've had gigs.
Oh man,
like I'm actually working again, which is really nice. And also I've been remodeling my kitchen.
Oh yeah,
and
it looks very nice.
It's consumed our entire summer.
I believe it
because we're not like contractors. I probably wasn't in a previous life, but. So
these are the perils of home ownership.
Yeah, but our schedule should even out after my summer gig season's over, and then So yeah, welcome to our Star Wars show. As we said, I'm Daniel and he's Chris.
We talk about Star Wars.
Yeah, we talk about Star Wars and sometimes other things that we enjoy.
Star Wars and Star Wars accessories.
Yeah, Marvel, because that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
We might talk about Dune when it comes out. I wouldn't mind doing a Dune.
There was a new trailer for that today.
I saw it. I didn't have. I saw that there was a trailer. I didn't have enough time to actually watch it. But we'll probably do a Dune movie, spoiler review, because that's. I mean,
Dune is some nerd shit.
It's also what he ripped off for Star Wars.
Yeah,
it's like the same thing. So.
Classic nerd shit, vintage nerd shit.
What I'm saying here is that we do a lot of Star Wars, but we like a lot of other stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking mostly Star Wars today. Today was I realized that there wasn't a Loki episode yesterday.
Yeah,
and it killed me.
It was a really short show.
I know, and it was a really good show, and I enjoyed it. And now I just have to wait until the Marvel What If series that starts here in a couple of weeks. I think
some of the criticism of Loki I've seen is that it was very deliberately chopped up and put to set up other things in the universe. Which
that's what happens.
First, I'm okay with, and second, that's how the Marvel universe works. You see things in one show or movie that impact things in another show or movie.
Yeah,
that's part of what makes it so fun.
What do you think the fucking post-credit scenes were for?
I know, right?
Or literally a bunch of other shit, like was it Iron Man 2 when or no, it was Iron Man 1 because before Don Cheadle was playing Iron Patriot,
War Machine.
Are they not the same?
I don't think so.
Anyway, it was when that other lesser-known actor looks at the other fucking suit and is like, "Next time, baby," and then he was never seen again. And it was Don Cheadle. But anyway, the whole point is, unlike Star Wars, they've had this plan, to go into other things, and so of course they're gonna lay down some connective tissue.
Sure.
So we're going to talk about some Star Wars news. Before we get into that, I want to talk really quick. First of all, I'm going to thank our sponsors at the Star Wars Hub.
Mm-hmm. Which is actually just one guy. Yeah,
one guy with a pretty cool sorry, I had something on my mic here. Anyway.
But he's a very cool guy.
Yeah. So thank you to Connor at the Star Wars Hub, and also Star Wars Fans Worldwide United Incorporated.
All shows and movies?
Yes. Good for them.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you
for being reasonable people in the Star Wars fandom, which there are really not enough of.
At the very least, not caring enough about us to let us share our podcast on your Facebook page. So we're going to talk about something really gross a couple of minutes, and then we're going to go on because, first of all, I don't like to talk about it, but second of all, it's just one of those things. But there was a really gross live stream a wee bit ago from I think some of the guys from Geeks and Gamers, who is this fandom menace thing that they purposefully harass Kelly Marie Tran on Instagram, and they're like the worst fucking people in the world. One of the employees for that entity, whatever it is, honestly I don't care enough about them to know exactly what their organizations are because they're trash. Made a comment on stream about trans people pretty much being too stupid to kill themselves, or insinuating that they should kill themselves.
That's gross.
It is disgusting, and though not surprising.
No,
unfortunately,
because people are the worst.
Yeah, and of course, from the same people that would direct people to downvote bomb Star Wars videos on YouTube, or go in masse and manipulate Rotten Tomato audience scores, and harassing Kelly Marie Tran on Instagram so badly that she had to leave the platform.
The kind of people who have no real power in real life, so they seek to use what little power they have on the internet.
Yeah, and so of course it's gross and it's disgusting. What really kind of I have to laugh about. Geeks and Gamers retweeted this stupid meme of their logo, and it says something to the effect of we like we love all people, but we hate bad entertainment, and like some of their logos have like the trans colors on them and stuff. But like from the same Twitter account, they're sharing videos like let's see, PlayStation endorses Black Lives Matter, SJWs take over video games, woke entertainment just got even more woke Disney, The Little Mermaid gets race swapped, blah 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 blah. Star Wars Squadrons introduces pronouns for characters, more SJW, blah 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 blah. So you cannot say that you support trans people and then be really transphobic. And then I'll just close this little segment by saying that, well, first of all, before I say this, I like saying stuff like this always makes me feel kind of weird, because I'm afraid of offending people. But then I realize that the following statement, if this statement offends you, then we don't want our little page here propped up by trash. Trans lives are human lives, and
trans rights are human rights.
Yeah, if you don't, first of all, you're not trans, you don't understand what that's like, shut the fuck up, because you don't know what it's like. Like you have no idea. And whatever fucking religious or social baggage you have with you about what's right or wrong about other people, just shut the fuck up. You're trashy and you're pieces of shit, and I wish you weren't Star Wars fans, because you fucking ruin it for everyone.
Okay.
I'm pressing the done button on that, and we're moving on.
All right. Well, let's talk about something you like.
What are you doing?
Specifically, someone you like.
Oh, hold on. Is it the Mark Hamill one?
It is the Mark Hamill one.
Guys, I've got some media packages.
Oh, wow. Daniel works so hard on these. He's so proud of himself.
Mark Hamill. Hopefully the audio doesn't play on this, because it's going to be really loud. We won't hear it, but everyone else will hear it.
Here we go.
Oh, also, what's up, Cad Bane, the Cowboy Bounty Hunter, and Joseph? Hey, hello.
Hello.
What was I doing? Oh, yeah.
You're pressing that and praying that there isn't any sound on.
Oh, look at who it is.
Okay.
Speaking of religious and social baggage.
Yeah.
That's been my Jesus since I can remember.
So.
Space Jesus.
A couple days ago.
Daddy Hamill.
Wikipedia, the online repository of all things Star Wars knowledge.
Okay, so I thought you said the online suppository of all things knowledge.
Yes. We just jam the entirety of Wikipedia up your ass.
Is that how the internet works?
It might as well be, honestly. Anyway, whoever runs the Wikipedia account on Twitter said that they had listed Mark Hamill as the voice of a bartender droid in The Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Hamill, being the continuous Twitter user that he is.
It's fucking Twitter. What's a good word? Aficionado.
Aficionado.
He
sure.
is, and which, by the way, just to go back to that thing we were just talking about, if you're really worried about fucking SJWs taking over Star Wars and shit,
don't follow Mark Hamill.
Yeah,
on
go
Twitter.
look at Mark Hamill and the shit he posts. And of course, they won't say a motherfucking thing about Mark Hamill because he is Star Wars.
Yeah.
So they have to engage this fucking cognitive dissonance and pretend like he's not one of those soy boy fucking SJWs that they hate so much. Mm-hmm. But he is. That's why I fucking love him.
Anyway, Mark Hamill replied and said that he had, quote, multiple secret voice cameos in every Star Wars movie released since 2015, unquote.
Yeah, so that's the news. Most Star Wars fans were like, we know.
Well, obviously. Yeah. I mean, Mark Hamill is an accomplished voice actor.
Yeah, which, by the way, you're going to see on your screen right now, all the fucking voice things he did.
I know his voice work most for the Joker in Batman the Animated Series.
Yes, which was probably what I knew him most for voice acting as well.
Which is a fantastic role. He sells the hell out of
that. It also makes that... Well, okay, so that show is amazing for a lot of different reasons. One of the big reasons is Mark Hamill as Joker. Also, Kevin Conroy's Batman is
Yep.
another huge reason why Shirley Walker, the composer, is another huge reason why, taking a lot of the themes from Danny Elfman in the 1989 Batman movie.
Yep.
And plus all the new music she wrote for it, which was so fucking good.
Then
I don't know why we're talking about Batman all of a sudden, but
like
it's really good.
The artists and the animators who got that very distinctive and iconic style that, like, you look at that and any of the other DC cartoons of that era, and you just immediately they all tie together. They're all very.
Also, like you get to some properties where or some Batman properties where he wasn't Joker, and it feels kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like Arkham Origins, so Mark Hamill was Joker in Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, and then and then Arkham Origins, he's not the Joker, and you can kind of tell the guy does a really good job.
Yeah.
In fact, don't mark my words on this, but I'm pretty sure it was Bradley Lee. I can't remember his name. What's the clone guy? Something Baker, blah 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 Baker.
Bradley D. Baker.
Yeah, there you go. I think it might have been him that did Joker on one of them. I'm probably wrong on that, but I think I remember reading that. But like, yeah, you get to that and you're like, okay, this guy's actually pretty good. But it's clearly not Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
He was fucking Chucky in the new Child's Play.
Oh.
Which is a shit movie, but not at all because of him. Like, it was really good. And so in The Last Jedi, he was the little leprechaun gremlin thing in the Canto Bight sequence that tries to put the coins into BB-8.
Okay, yeah.
And he's the bartender droid
in
Mandalorian. I'm sure he was one of the aliens for Solo: A Star Wars Story.
He would have had to be, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to... Did you have something else to say? Because I'm going to research this real quick.
This is just all to say that this is very much in keeping with Disney. They tend to use familiar voice actors for these little bit roles, the little one-off characters that appear in one scene and then never again.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark Hamill is a perfect choice for that because he's a very, very good voice actor as well as being just a good actor.
And he's not the kind of, like, you can always tell Mark Hamill voiced one of the characters in fucking Invincible.
Oh yeah,
he's the uniform tailor.
Yeah.
The guy that makes all the uniforms.
Yeah.
I was gonna look this up, but it's not giving me the information I want immediately, so I'm moving on.
Yeah.
Just take our word on it. He's on everything. I just can't remember. I know.
He's in far more things than you think.
Yeah, he's in all the Star Wars, actually. So
every single Star Wars.
Yeah, so you can't say that you don't like them because Mark Hamill's in all of them, even the ones he's not in. So yeah. Oh look, there's some Batman.
Anyway, that's Mark Hamill. This has been the Mark Hamill Minute.
This is our brand new segments. I don't know what we're gonna call it. We love Mark Hamill.
The Mark Hamill Minute.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I like that. So you want to talk about some toys?
Sure.
Some appropriate toys.
I love toys. We're queuing up the next media package.
Bam!
Boom!
This is a fucking slideshow.
Oh, cool.
Which I learned how to do just about an hour before the show started.
You're never too old to keep learning.
Yeah, or like a half hour before you got here, I think. So these are these next two like little bits are going to be all in one because they're pretty much the same thing. But there's
more toys because Star Wars fans like toys,
right? And the Black Series ones are really cool. Like I own a bunch of them, but not enough of them, I will say.
Yeah, you only filled one entire shelf down here?
Well, there's another shelf up there.
Okay, so like 2 shelves.
Yeah.
Clearly you need more.
Yeah, but I would definitely like more. So this is what we're looking at now are the new carbonized Black Series figures inspired by the Mandalorian. And so there's like one of the scout troopers that IG-88 like
murders because they were doing terrible things to Grogu.
Yep. There's a shore trooper. There's the Paz Vizsla. He's the guy that tries to take Manda's helmet off.
Oh yeah.
In that like second episode or whatever.
Second or third episode.
This is the way. And then like saves them later because they're they're Mando bros.
Yeah. Nobody beats up my brother but me.
Right. And then
There's also that's
wrong
wrong
button.
Not
Loki.
Oh, God.
I wish we had Loki spoilers,
Yeah.
guys. I'm sorry.
Press the other button.
There
we go.
Now, this one's really cool because these are the new Black Series and vintage collection figures from the 2D Star Wars The Clone Wars from Cartoon Network.
Yep. This was before the 3D Clone Wars.
Yeah, this is the one that only like real Star Wars fans like knew about
because it was on the air for like a month and then never again.
And they've got a couple of really great episodes, by the way. All of them are pretty cool. In fact, Grievous.
Yeah, there's the one where Mace Windu like crushes Grievous's throat, and that's why he coughs. So
his
much.
organ sac.
Yeah,
which is always gross for me to say. There's the one episode where Mace Windu fights an entire droid army hand to hand.
I don't need a lightsaber. I'll beat him.
Well, he loses it. He loses like the wind blows it out of his hand, and he watches it just sail by. And he's like, "Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to punch them with my fists." And so he just starts there's like this one move he does on a super battle droid where it's like machine gun punching, and it's so like Samurai Jack, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like his fists are moving so fast, and it's like beating the chest in and shit. And at the end, he just fucking leaps from the battle right in front of this kid who's watching the whole thing, and the kid like gives him some water and he takes a drink of it, and then he tosses him his like binoculars or something, and then he's like, "See ya, kid," and then like jumps back into the fight. It's so good. Grievous is terrifying, by the way, in this show, and I love it because Grievous is kind of a doofus in the other Clone Wars. As well as all the droids.
As well as Revenge of the Sith.
Right. The droids don't talk in the 2D version, really,
which is for the best.
Yeah. And when they do, it's that monotone, mechanized, emotionless, like kind of creepy thing, which really works.
Roger.
Yeah. Like they're not like being directly and unbelievably insubordinate.
Yeah.
Like when someone gives them like an order and they're like, "Well, fuck you," or whatever. And so that's kind of, in fact, the droids are one of the figures, like these. The
one you're seeing right now.
Yeah, they're like these little sand-colored things. This isn't the Black Series. This is like the Vintage Series.
Yeah.
Which I've heard about. Some people have showed me some of the ones they've bought that are like from the original series. They're really cool. They're not as the Black Series are like kind of big.
Yeah, I think the Black Series are like 6 inches tall. These are like 3.5.
Yeah. And then like Ayla Secura and Barriss Ophi are in there.
Because lightsabers sell.
Yeah. And then there's an ARC Trooper. An ARC Trooper captain, actually. And then another ARC Trooper, and then
is there any significant difference between ARC Troopers and Clone Troopers?
The ARC Troopers are like specialized.
Okay.
They're like so think of the Clone Troopers as like the Marines. And then the ARC Troopers are like special forces.
Okay.
And then the Bad Batch is like, if we're going to continue the analogy, that one unknown CIA 4-man team that topples regimes.
Okay, yeah.
Like when there's an election that America doesn't like somewhere in the world, and they're like, you're gonna get some democracy over there now, and they send this 4-man CIA team to like blow the whole thing up. Yeah. That's what the Bad Batch is.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
So yeah, I'll probably be buying one or all of these.
Yeah, these are coming out like in the next months to half year.
Yeah.
So kind of a long runway, but
so keep a lookout.
Get excited.
And what do we have next?
Star Wars Visions. You know that thing that this.
Yeah, the animated stuff.
The anthology of like actual real deal Japanese anime studios making this stuff.
Yeah.
We got a few details from an event in Tokyo. At least 2 of these shorts, the twins and the Ninth Jedi, are in the timeline taking place after Episode 9.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting to me because that's like the period that I want to know about the most.
It's weird for me in a couple of ways, one of which, so I'm not sure if I'm dying to know about that time period.
Okay.
However, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
So the thing is that these are all officially like non-canon to start, but
which is good because it lets these incredibly imaginative Japanese anime studios tell whatever the fuck story they want, as long as it has lightsabers or like the helmets, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And it's kind of maybe a little disappointing because like it's this one-off story that looks and really cool and might be really interesting, but then you're never going to see any more of it.
Right. And who knows? I mean, Disney is all about, recanonizing stuff they knew that fans are like really into. So, if one or any of these has like a really like this big resonance with the fan base, they'll probably be like, oh yeah, that actually happened in the Star Wars universe.
As long as it like doesn't look and seem way too out there, like departed from canon.
Yeah, I just wonder what part of the story you can tell after the Rise of Skywalker that that doesn't involve Rey somehow.
Yeah, because like the obvious plot hook is what happens to the Jedi now that the final order. Now that and Palpatine are gone forever. Like
allegedly. I don't buy it.
Because Palpatine's gonna come back 5 more times.
Yep. Yeah, it's in like 10 years they're gonna be like, well, how do we get the 80-year-olds back on? We're not gonna be 80 by then, but like when we're old men, they're like, how do we get these guys to see Palpatine? Let's do Palpatine
Obviously,
again.
Yeah.
That worked the last fucking time.
Anyway,
and then you know how he'll die?
How?
Lightning himself in the face.
Again.
He'll kill himself by not stopping his force lightning, which is how literally all of his life problems started.
So anyway, I forgot where I was going with this. We also know that another one of the stories, The Elder, will be taking place before Episode 1 in what I guess is the Golden Age of the Republic. Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, it's like it's not in like the High Republic era yet. It's not that far away from.
Oh, right, High Republic. That's what I was thinking.
Well, High Republic is like 200 years before Episode 1.
Okay.
Like it's fairly removed from that.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's neat that any Star Wars property is exploring outside the bounds of those movies, because like. If you want us to believe that there's this living, breathing universe, there had to be something that came before, and there has to be something that comes after, because the stories of all the individual people who live in that galaxy far, far away don't just end.
Yeah, it's
unless a moon gets dropped on them.
Right. Oh yeah. By the way, I've been reading. I don't know why, but I've been reading some of the expanded universe stuff that was coming out right before the Disney acquisition.
Yeah.
Because what you're referring to is when Chewbacca dies.
Yes.
Which was a part of a really cool part of the expanded universe. But as we've said a lot on this show, there's a lot of the expanded universe that's real shitty.
Really bad.
And that's like the book series that I'm on right now, which is like The Fate of the Jedi. And hey, look, if you grew up with this and you really like it, and you've got some rose-colored glasses, I get it.
Great. Enjoy what you like.
I'm that way about Dark Empire too. I love looking at the comic. I love hearing the audiobook because that's how I consumed it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's a stupid fucking story. It's dumb.
Yeah.
And there's no getting over that. But I still enjoy it.
Sure.
The Fate of the Jedi book series, it's really bad. It's very poor. It's not very well written. It's just kind of, But how do we get to EU from... Oh, yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's Star Wars.
Visions. It's going to happen. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, and then, after... Shit's going to happen after Episode 9.
Yeah. One more thing.
Oh, yeah. And this one... Did I even get a thing for this?
I don't know. I imagine it'd be kind of hard to find good video or pictures for this.
Well, I just forgot to put it up. It's a poster. It doesn't. This is stupid. It's not really that big of a deal. But Disney World has revealed a poster for the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel, which is their live-in. You are trapped for 3 days.
Yes.
You must not leave. Star Wars experience.
It's an escape room, except you can't escape.
Right, and I'm positive that no one will be killing their kids or each other on this.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. What could possibly go wrong? They're locked in a Disney hotel for 3 days where events can happen at any time during the night. Some big resistance emergency can happen. Your kids will literally think they're literal Jedi.
Yes.
And yeah.
At least there's plenty of booze for the
There is a
adults.
bar, yeah. There's a there's like a, I think, what are they calling it? I think they're calling it like the brig, I think. You can get like thrown in the brig and you go down there to drink or whatever. So yeah, there's a poster. I think it's like $1,200 a person or something.
Which makes sense when you consider like not just the costs of building and furnishing this place, but also the ongoing costs of all the actors.
That's, I mean, building it, I'm sure wasn't that big of a deal. Like it would be a cost, but not that big of a cost.
Yeah.
But the like, oh my God, I just realized. Imagine being one of the actors in this thing, being like, you're a stormtrooper for 3 days. Don't you ever fucking say otherwise?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm positively sure that there won't be any cast members killing kids in this 3-day lock-in, Star Wars lock-in.
Well, if they get paid, commensurate with what the...
They won't. It's Disney. Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay, fair.
I was gonna, I looked into, when I was in college, doing the Disney intern thing.
That's different.
It's barely different. Because
like,
you don't get paid anything.
Sure, but that's an internship.
Right. But when you actually get on as a cast member, you get paid just a little bit more than nothing. They famously underpay everyone.
Sure.
Except for their like Imagineers, because they're, but yeah.
Because they have ear in their name.
Right. And exactly. And they're like, so these actors, underpaid, probably overworked actors who must stay. Disney is crazy about this. They're like,
you must be in character.
You can't. You'll get fired.
Mm-hmm.
Like one fucking violation, like catch you like not pretending to be Peter Pan or whatever the fuck. Like, you're done.
Yeah.
And they'll have someone else in character come out and like literally kill you. Everyone will be like, "Oh look, it's a show. Look, Peter Pan just died. Oh no!" And they're like, "No, he's literally dead."
Yes, Captain Hook comes out and
with a hook just
like
disembowels him,
cuts your throat open.
Their kids screaming. Wow, that gore effect looks so good.
Don't worry, kids. It's all part of the show.
That looks like real intestines. Captain Hook's like, well, he shouldn't have broken character. They're probably going to come kill us now.
Probably,
Disney,
yeah.
We're on to them. My dog is trying real hard to get my attention right now.
Well, sure.
He's like, please look at me.
Please pet me.
My partner's on not vacation, but his parents own a cabin, and he's up with his parents. And so I'm here like babysitting the dogs all by myself. And so they're overly sensitive right now because,
They're very needy.
Yeah. So anyway, done with the news. We're going to go on to our Bad Batch recap.
The Bad Batch.
Spoilers
for
yeah.
episode 12 of The Bad Batch. It came out
a week ago.
But if you haven't seen it yet, that's on you.
Yeah.
So either
watch it.
Either go away and watch it and then come back, or just stay here and we'll recap the whole thing for you.
Yeah. And honestly, for this particular one, just as good.
Yeah.
Because we've hit like the 1 or 2 episodes. Do you remember the when they came out with the new season 7 of Clone Wars?
Mm-hmm.
And there's that like 3 episode arc where Ahsoka and the sisters are trapped in jail.
Yep.
And at the beginning of the 3 episodes, they're in jail, and somehow at the end of it, they're still in jail. And it's just like, we've not moved the plot forward at all.
Dictionary definition of filler.
That's what I feel like these 2 episodes have been.
They kind of did a thing.
Well, they also kind of dress it up with some familiar cameos, I think, to try to keep people, Yeah.
Anyway, this is to say that there are spoilers for The Bad Batch. We're going to start right now.
Yep.
So you're warned. Episode 12, Rescue on Ryloth. Previously on The Bad Batch, the title characters showed up for like 2 minutes in the last episode. And 2 minutes might be being generous.
It was literally less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But they showed up and gave some weapons to... sold some weapons, I should say, on behalf of Sid to some Twilight
Socialists.
Insurgents.
Yeah.
Socialists, yes. And then fucked off. But Omega made friends with Hera Syndulla, who was also on Ryloth.
Yeah, they traded numbers.
Yeah. And then Hera's parents got captured by the Imperials.
Yeah,
it was very sad.
And framed for an attempted
assassination of Senator Ta. So
that fat fuck.
Yeah, who has 4 head tentacles.
Yeah, which by the way, we don't fat shame unless you're Twi'lek. Because fuck Twi'leks.
Anyway, so on Ryloth, Admiral Rampart and the clone Captain Hauser are going down to the prison to see the Syndulas, and Rampart is gloating and says, "Oh ho ho ho! The great General Cham Syndulla, liberator of Ryloth. Now you're just a common traitor."
The general of the jail now. Would you leave me alone?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
And Daniel's talking to his dog, by the way, not any of you.
He just doesn't understand why he can't sit on my lap, and he's 70 pounds, and that's why he can't sit on my lap. No,
he's trying to get attention from me. So he also says that we know Hera's still out there, and we're gonna send some clone troopers after her. So you should really just tell her where she is, so that we don't have to shoot her. And both the Syndulas basically tell him to eat shit because they don't like him.
And he is the kind of guy that when you see his face, you really want to tell him to eat shit anyway.
So Rampart leaves, and Hauser just felt really awkward about that whole thing because he kind of liked Cham Syndulla, but now he's apparently not on. Now his friends are not their friends, so it's real awkward.
Yeah.
Rampart. So they walk outside, and Rampart tells Hauser to find and arrest every single one of Syndulla's supporters. Every single one of them. Hauser says, well, shit, dude, like half the planet supports him. Like, we don't have enough people to arrest everyone.
Yeah.
And Rampart's like, I don't care. Just go do it. And Hauser's like, well, okay, but they didn't actually shoot Senator Ta. Like, I was right there. Like, they were standing in front of him, and the shot came from the side.
It came from, yeah.
And Rampart's like, oh, well, what are you saying?
It came from the clone trooper that I saw you order up into the mountains. I saw him walk up there. I saw him aim his gun, and I saw him shoot him in the head.
Rampart's like, oh, is that what you're implying? And
Rampart's like, no, it's not. What you're talking about?
Hauser's like, no, I did not see that. And Rampart's like, you're damn right you did.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, someone else is looking for Hera. Don't worry about it. Just go arrest those insurgents.
Yeah.
They walk off to do Imperial things, and Chopper, Hera's droid,
Shuffle some papers.
Yeah. Like Hera's
busy.
droid Chopper was like hiding out in the back of this scene, and he's like sending messages to Hera, and she's like, "Well, shit, that sucks." But you know what also sucks is that there's a bunch of stormtroopers searching my house, and among those stormtroopers is Crosshair and his squad,
right?
Who apparently are the squad who were assigned to find Hera.
They're like the new Bad Batch, but the much less cool Bad Batch.
Yeah, because like
because Crosshair is the only like exceptional one.
Yeah,
the other guys are just guys with bigger guns.
Not even clones. They're just dudes.
What chumps?
Yeah. Meanwhile, on the Bad Batch's ship, they're flying back from Ryloth. There's this cute little scene where Omega's trying to fix their Gonk droid, which has a defective power source or something. And
power converter.
Yeah, Gonky is very sad about being defective, and Omega reassures them that everyone on board is defective.
Yeah, because Hunter's like, fuck that droid, he's so fucking stupid, and he walks off, and the droid's like, oh, you're stupid too.
Poor Gonky.
Yeah, he's just like, oh.
Anyway, they receive a mysterious transmission from a frequency they don't recognize or something, and it's Hera calling up Omega saying, "Hey, the Imperials took my parents. Can you like come back here and help me?"
Thanks for giving me this number, Omega.
And everyone's like, "Omega, why'd you give her our phone number?"
Hunter's like, "What the fuck, man? Are we not a secret fucking elite?" Soldier, we don't give our numbers out.
Like Hunter and Tech are like, no, we're definitely not going back there. There's no way. We need to get back to Sid and do some jobs.
Oh god, she's texting us now. She won't stop texting us.
And Omega like puts a massive guilt trip on them and says, "Well, you try to help. Like I try to help you if you were captured." That was a horrible New Zealand accent.
It wasn't the best one you've done, but it's all right. I understand.
Finally, Hunter's like, fine, I guess we'll go back.
You manipulative bitch. Because she is, I guess that's the strategist in her. She's kind of, she's pretty manipulative.
Yeah. So they come back. They meet Hera at the old Syndulla faction insurgent base. And she tells them that the Empire is cracking down, that like there's this whole occupation going on and the insurgents are being rounded up, and by the way, could you please rescue my parents from the Imperial prison? Hunter says, all right, we'll go take a look, but I'm not promising anything. I very specifically am not guaranteeing that we're going to rescue your parents.
I'm telling you right now, we're not going to do this thing that we're about to go do.
We're definitely not going to do the thing that we're going to spend the rest of the episode doing.
It's not going to cut straight to us doing the thing I'm saying we're not doing right now.
Did I mention this episode is named Rescue on Ryloth?
Yeah.
Anyway.
We're not, and let me reiterate, we're not rescuing on Ryloth.
So Rampart is engaging in his third favorite hobby, which is addressing local captive populations. I thought
it was like murdering babies. That might be second.
Well, like number 1 is shit-talking clones.
Yeah.
Number 2 is killing insurgents. Number 3 is gloating to captive audiences.
Yeah. I guess killing babies is probably fourth on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like he gets them to about half-mast, but not all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I better not say that. That's political.
Anyway, he says basically that Senator Ta's recovering, even though he got shot in the head, which seems to strain my believability. But the Bad Batch is up on a cliff outside the city, and they're like spying and listening in on a speech. And Omega's like, "Oi, that's Crosshair!" And everyone's like, "Well, shit, Crosshair's here. I guess we all better leave."
That was somehow Cockney British and New Zealand at the same time.
I tried. So like the bridge is out, and there's no easy way into the capital. Like they'd have to either fly or climb. And there's also a shit ton of Imperial soldiers there, so from which they deduce that there's an Imperial occupation here on the same scale as Raxus, the former separatist world Raxus.
Right. Which makes sense because they were fighting the separatists during the war, but they were on Ryloth to...
Like, Ryloth was a republic world that was invaded by separatists.
Yeah, and they went to help them and everything.
So you'd think the population would be a bit more...
Which is why the Twi'leks on Ryloth are like, we'll fucking fight you.
They're really pissy.
We've been fighting everyone. Yeah. Like, we'll fucking blow you guys up too.
We'll fight a bitch.
We don't give a fuck. We'll blow everybody up.
So while the batch is talking about all this, Hunter hears something. He's like, you guys hang on, I'm going to go climb this rock.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit like that thing from Empire Strikes Back.
And then he like jumps off the rock and like jams a knife into this probe droid, and they crash to the ground. And they're like,
by the way, when it crashes, it does, it's got that creepy voice thing. Yeah. The probe droid. Yeah. But like when he pulls the knife out, it like skips like a broken record for it's like someone's going to make a fucking dance beat out of that.
Really good sound design. So he's like, all right, we all got to go because the Empire knows we're here. Speaking of which, we get a scene of Crosshair like getting news that the Bad Batch is here, and he's like, yes, they are here.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do a Crosshair
voice. You got to do more Weasley. He really bothers me. He's just so slimy and gross. Yeah. He reminds me of a ferret. Which, by the way, if you're watching this and you own ferrets, that's nothing against you, but they're fucking gross. That's kind of what Crosshair reminds me of. A ferret.
So they get back to their ship, and Hunter's like, all right, look, there's a shit ton of soldiers here. We have lost the element of surprise. There is no way.
That was the only way we were going to do the rescue on Ryloth.
We have no way of doing this. We're going to get in our ship and go. And Hera's like, no, but you said you were going to rescue my parents. And Hunter's like, no, I didn't.
Technically.
I did not promise anything.
Yep.
And Omega just kind of looks at Hunter with the puppy dog eyes and is like, guilt. So, like, they're still not doing anything because, like, they don't want to get killed. But you can see there's seeds happening there. Rampart is still telling Hauser, like, there's all those insurgents out there. I thought I told you to arrest these fucking insurgents. What are you doing? And Hauser's like, well, sir, like, it's literally 3/4 of the planet.
Also, they haven't broken any laws.
That's true.
They're just sitting there eating dinner. Like, why are we arresting them?
Rampart's like, because this is the Empire, damn it.
We arrest things.
It's what we do. So they go into, like, Rampart's office.
They have gone full Nazi in this episode, by the way. Like, it's really obvious.
And Crosshair's like, hey, the Bad Batch are here, and they're going to be a problem if we don't do something about them. And Rampart's like, oh, yeah? Like, you know what other problems there are? Harrison Dula. By the way, have you captured Harrison Dula yet?
Yeah.
No? Well, fuck off and go find Harrison Dula.
Yeah.
Meanwhile.
He is such a prick, by the way.
He is. So, meanwhile.
This is what's going to cause Crosshair to leave the Empire. Like, they're not going to get his inhibitor chip out. He's going to be like, I can't take Rampart anymore. I'm fucking done.
Asshole.
Yeah.
So Hera is
He's
really
just gonna
sad.
go right back to the Bad Batch and be like, guys, he's a huge dick.
Can we kill Rampart now?
Yeah, can I come back, please?
Well, like I'll come back and I'll help you kill Rampart.
I'm
but we have to
sorry
kill Rampart
for trying to murder you.
like several times.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hera's really sad because her parents are in prison and no one's gonna help her. And Omega tells her that, hang on, we can do this. We just need to come up with a plan that will dazzle Hunter with its strategy.
Yeah.
Because that's what Hunter respects.
Because he's prone to bedazzling, apparently.
Just give him something that's really strategic.
Yeah, I think the logic is let's show that it can work, and since he's logical, because they fly in the face of odds all the time. That's their job as a Bad Batch. It's like the Mission Impossible Force, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
the A team.
Yeah, show them that this is no worse than any other fucking job we've done.
Yeah. Back in the prison, Hauser talks to the Syndulas and is like, look, Rampart's got his most murderous people out looking for Hera. Tell me where she is so that I can protect her. And they're like, no, you're with the Empire. Fuck off.
Yeah, you're one of the Nazis, bro.
Yeah. And Hauser gets real sad and fucks off.
Yeah. Yeah, you start to see some fucking traitorous thoughts in his mind about then, where he's like, this fucking sucks.
Yeah. I wish I could be friends with my old friends.
Yeah.
But I can't.
I miss my old friends.
Because my new friends and my old friends are not friends.
Yeah.
It's really awkward. Hera and Omega.
When will I ever graduate from high school?
So Hera and Omega present their plan. So what they're going to do is there's that Imperial refinery, which is really important, really valuable to the Empire. So what they're going to do is they're going to have fly the Bad Batch's ship in and just blow a bunch of shit up, and that will draw reinforcements from the capital. Meanwhile,
a good old diversion. Yeah.
Meanwhile, people also go to the capital to break out the prisoners. Hunter is like, yes, this is indeed strategic.
Wow, I didn't think of the basic fucking by the book diversion plan.
Yeah.
You fucking sold me, kid. You're a genius.
So here's what we're going to do. Chopper is going to sneak into the refinery and deactivate the big automated guns surrounding the refinery. Hera and Omega are going to observe from safe distance because, that is a thing.
They're little girls.
Yes.
What could they possibly do in a gunfight?
Meanwhile, Tech is going to fly the ship and Wrecker is going to man the turret and they're going to blow a bunch of shit up.
Wrecker is just going to jump in and just fucking fist pound everything.
Wrecker is going to do what he does.
They're just going to swing him from a rope under the ship. They're just gonna run him into shit.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Wrecker Ball. That's his new name.
While all that's happening, Hunter and Echo are going to sneak into the city and orchestrate a prison break because that's what they do.
Yeah.
So plan.
I can't get this image of Wrecker on a fucking from a ship, just breaking. Sorry.
He got over his fear of heights. Remember?
Yeah.
So he can do this.
He came in like a wrecker ball. Sorry. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
So Chopper gets
Even my dog's looking at me like that. That's stupid.
That's a terrible joke.
Stupid fucker.
Yeah. So Chopper gets into the refinery without trouble, and he gets to the console. He even shocks a droid out of the way. It's really funny. But he radios back and he's like, "Hey Hera, I can't disable the guns, you dumb bitch." And she's like, "What the? You said you could disable the guns.
Yeah.
Why did we bring you along?
Yeah.
Why are you even here, Chopper?" Meanwhile, Hunter and Echo are climbing the walls and knocking out sentries and doing all sorts of Mission Impossible shit. Omega and Hera are like, all right, look, Chopper clearly failed, but somebody still needs to disable the guns.
Yep.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to run down this cliff. We're going to steal one of those shuttles. We're going to blow shit up.
Yeah.
And Hera's like, wait, what? There's no way my parents will let me do this. And Omega's like, oh, your parents? You mean the ones that are in prison right now?
You
and Hera's
dumb
like,
little girl.
you make a good point.
Yeah.
So they run down. They steal a shuttle, and Hera flies it. At first poorly, but, gets better.
She figures it out. Yeah. Because flying is about a feeling.
Yeah. So, Omega activates the guns, and they, find the power generator for the autocannons, and they blow it the fuck up. And, the nose of their ship opens up and Chopper flies in because he can do that.
Oh, he's got a little booster.
Yeah. So then Tech and
It's a
Wrecker,
butt booster. It's not like R2 where they come out of his legs. It literally comes out of where his butt would be.
Yeah, he farts. And,
Yeah, that's literally what it looks like.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's by design.
So Tech and Wrecker fly in and start blowing shit up, and the clones are like, we need reinforcements! And Rampart's like, well, shit, someone's blowing up the refinery.
Yep.
Fucking Hauser, I told you to arrest people so that they wouldn't blow up the refinery.
Let me make this clear to you. If you arrested 100% of the people, 0% of the people would be attacking the refinery.
Exactly.
It's basic fucking math.
And you know what? Because you failed to arrest anyone, you're going to stay here.
You're arrested.
You're going to stay here and guard the Capitol, including the prison, while I, lead the troops out to the refinery and shoot down whoever is blowing up the refinery.
And listen here, mister. I know that there's a conflict of interest since you were kind of friendly with them, but don't you dare fucking let them escape.
Don't you do it.
Yeah.
Don't you do it. So Hunter and Echo get down to the prison, bust out the Syndulas, and they're like, well, we didn't fucking hire you. Who are you? Like, yeah, but Hera hired us.
Yeah.
And they're like, Hera?
Hera's 8 years old. What are you talking about? She hired you.
I think she's like 12.
Yeah.
Because she's taller than Omega. And we're saying Omega's like 10.
Yeah.
Anyway, it could not matter less.
The point is that a little girl hired mercenaries to kill countless clones and soldiers.
Yes. So the clones are running out to their ships.
They're really the bad guys if you think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hiring kills.
I mean, it's right there in the name, the Bad Batch. So all of Rampart's clones are running out to their shuttles to go fly to the refinery, and Crosshair is 1 foot on the ramp, and then he's like, wait
a second.
The Bad Batch is here, and they never do obvious things. Their objective is here, not at the refinery.
Yeah.
And the rest of the squad's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, we're not going to the refinery. Grab some other clones and shit. We're going to set up an ambush.
Which, by the way, to me is hilarious because the play that they're doing is so obvious.
Yeah.
It's like the classic, make a boom over there and then do a thing over here,
And somehow Crosshair is the only one who thinks of this.
Yeah. And if I would have been reading into it, I'd have been like, okay, they never do anything obvious. So they're doing the obvious diversion thing. So they want me to think that they're going to be here, but they're going to be actually over there.
Yeah. Hauser actually sees them get off the ramp and start organizing something. So Hunter, Echo, and the prisoners, more than just the Syndulas, they busted out everyone out of prison, and they're running out to go find their escape route.
Everyone's got Molotov cocktails.
Yeah.
And
Hauser says, hang on. I know you want to go out that door, and I know, we had our disagreements. I look like a bad guy here, and I understand that. But you really don't want to go out that door because there's a bajillion clones, and they'll all shoot you.
Yeah.
And Champ Syndulla's like, why are you telling us this? And he's like, because I'm your friend.
Yeah, because I'm tired of arresting people.
I'm tired of working for Nazis.
There are so many people, and there are only so many handcuffs.
Yeah. He's like, I'm really tired of this.
Yeah.
So, Champ Syndulla's wife, I forget her name.
Oh.
It's Ellie or something.
Yeah.
So she says, hey, Senator
Hera
Toz's
Senior.
ship is in a hangar near here. Let's go get that and fly out of here. And they're like, yes, let's do that. Hauser says, you guys go ahead. I'm going to go talk to some people.
Mm.
So he just walks out. So Hunter's like, all right, we got the prisoners. You can stop the diversion. Just fly away before you get shot down. And Tech's like, that's good because there's a billion clones here and they all want to shoot us down.
Mm.
So they and Hera and Omega fly off. Hauser goes out the door and all the clones have their guns up. And they see it's him and they just kind of relax a little bit. And he's like, all right, listen. This Empire shit is kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Also, remember when Rampart told me not to free the prisoners? I made a mistake.
Might have been my bad, but really it's all of our bad because we've been working for Nazis. Mm-hmm. And I'm tired of working for Nazis. So I'm just going to throw my gun down.
I'm here to give a rousing speech.
Yeah.
To rise up against our oppressors.
And Crosshair's squad is backed up by 4 or 5 squads of clone troopers.
Yeah.
With riot shields. And half of the clone troopers are he makes a pretty good point. They
Not as many as I expected, by the way. Because it looks like only a couple of them are yeah, let's rise up. And then everyone's everyone else is just no, we're going to.
The fuck are you doing, man? So, Crosshair's just arrest all the traitors. Fuck it. We clearly lost.
You've been trained to arrest people. Yeah. Arrest them.
And, right when the arresting is happening, the hangar opens up and Todd's ship flies out. And Crosshair, takes 2 shots at it. And he's like, you little bitches.
Yeah.
And, Hunter gets this weird feeling. And he, looks down at where Crosshair is. And there's
They kind of like they can't see each other really, but they're kind of looking in that. It's kind of like when every fucking time Vader has just missed the ship that's flying off that he's trying to get, he just sits there and looks pensively at it.
Yeah,
he doesn't look. He's not like killing anybody, or like that one shot where he looks at it, and he looks away, and he looks at it again. That's kind of what he did.
Yeah. So the Syndulas are like, look, we need to get the fuck out of here. Bad Batch, thank you very much for rescuing us from prison. We literally owe you our lives, but also here's some money.
Yeah.
Like a big old case of credits. And Hunter's like, no, actually you guys should keep that because we don't actually have a giant debt with Sid anymore, so we can do this. And also the Empire's kind of fucked up and you need this money to, fight them. And the Syndulas are like, all right, we're going to go join the rebellion now. I don't know if the rebellion actually exists at this point, but
ish.
Yeah. Ish. We're going to go
like the proto-rebellion, really.
Hera and Omega have a nice little goodbye, and it's very sad, and they're obviously pretty good friends by this point.
It's like the only person her age that Omega's met during this entire adventure. So of course she's gonna feel kind of just to be friends.
Two groups get on their ships and go separate ways. Stinger back at the Imperial refinery, which is completely fucked up because there was a lot of explosions there. Rampart is like, damn. The Bad Batch really fucked this place up pretty good. Like, Crosshair, you're maybe correct to tell me to be a little bit worried about them. And Crosshair's like, yeah, so can I go hunt down the Bad Batch now? Like, I kind of want to shoot them, like, really bad.
From a long distance?
Yes.
Because that's my specialty.
And Rampart's like, you know what? That is a thing that you can do. Yeah. Have fun.
Yes.
And, like, we get...
Go with God.
Yes. And we get this, like, really neat, ominous electronic music sounding thing and a real close-up on Crosshair's face. And that's where the episode ends.
Yeah, that wasn't a post-credit, right? That was at the end?
No, that was just the end of the episode. So, this first season has 16 episodes officially, and this was episode 12, which means we got 4 more.
4 more. Thanks for doing the math there, because I have to count on my fingers.
So, I'm thinking we have like a 2 or possibly 3-part finale, where this Crosshair is a bad guy plotline might get resolved.
It comes to a head, and that would follow the Dave Filoni formula.
Mm-hmm.
With you might remember the Yoda in Clone Wars, the first time it ended before they did the new season. It ended with a 3-part Yoda arc
where he went to Moraban. Which is definitely not Korriban.
Definitely not. And then the newest Clone Wars season had a 3-episode ending as well. So
I'm thinking we have like 1 or 2 more side mission episodes, and then we have our season finale.
Which makes sense because like three episodes would be like a feature film length thing, right?
A little bit shorter than that.
Because they're like 30-minute episodes, right?
It's like 20 some odd minutes.
So it wouldn't surprise me if that's how they did it. So I'm still waiting for some. Maybe that's how the zeitgeist is now. Where we're expecting some big reveal, and maybe they didn't intend to do this with the season 2 closer for Mandalorian, but now everyone, and it's not just Star Wars. Everyone is expecting a Luke Skywalker sized event. Like at the end of Loki and at the end of WandaVision, at the end of fucking Falcon and the Winter Soldier and stuff.
I feel like you can't do that type of reveal at the end of literally everything though, because they start losing their weight.
Yeah, that's why I keep trying to tell myself, like it'd be like when you kill someone and bring them back every single time.
I also don't think that sort of event is necessarily what this type of show needs or should have.
Right, it's not exactly
this
pertinent.
This is absolutely an action-packed, relatively action-packed show, but it's also kind of lower stakes than a lot of other Star Wars stuff.
So let's grant the premise that they will have some kind of surprising cameo. Maybe not a Luke Skywalker size nuclear event.
Maybe they just hire Ming-Na Wen again. Bring back Robo Abs. Before she had Robo Abs, of course.
Right. Well, she's already been in the show.
Yeah.
So like a new.
Yeah.
So who do you think it could be? Like if they were to bring one character in that we haven't seen yet in the show as a cameo that could kind of help them out of a bad spot at the last moment. Because I know who I think it would be if I granted the premise.
The first thought that popped in my head and made me chuckle because it seems very unlikely is Boba Fett.
I want to see Boba Fett because honestly, he makes the most sense.
I still feel like he'd be maybe a little bit too young at this time.
Oh, his age is kind of immaterial to me because they had him in Clone Wars making his first kill, like his first like murder in Clone Wars where he's just a kid. So it's like there are a few Boba missions in Clone Wars where he's already, it's pretty clear that he's already a huge badass. So I think probably most likely is going to be Ahsoka, just because of Dave Filoni.
Could be.
And you know, if they do it that way, I don't think we're going to see Vader, unfortunately.
Vader seems like a bit too big of a stick.
Yeah, and they already,
like at this point he'd be busy hunting down Jedi.
Why would he care about the Bad Batch at all? And also, like the like Vader's entrance in Rebels was kind of perfect. Did you see his entrance in Rebels?
I don't think I did.
They're in the underground Sith temples.
Oh yeah, you've told me about this.
And he just like floats down, standing on top of his TIE Advanced. and he's just like floating, like his cape's fucking flying in the wind, and he like his I don't know if it's on like autopilot or he's just like lifting it with the Force, but it's like he just like comes down and he's got his lightsaber out.
It's like what Moff Gideon wishes he could have done on Tatooine.
Yeah, it is super badass. So I don't think we'll see Vader in this because why would he? Like this is such a waste of his time, you know. Well,
we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, we do. We are going to start our Battlefront stream here in just a few minutes
for the first time in a week.
Yeah. So we hope that you join us there. It will be a lot of fun. We'll
come back and or stick around.
Yeah. So yeah, just watch this spot here for